Good morning, David. Here in Milan for roasting, but you are not interested only in roasting.
No, we are here today with our clients from Ireland, and it's the operations team. They are the largest coffee shop chain in Ireland, in Southern Ireland, and we are here today to visit the Dallacarte factory. We were by chance here at the same time as Andre is doing the roasting course, and it is of particular interest to our client because they're looking at the roast profile of their existing coffee, and we are interested in how that process works, but also really to understand some of the trends that are happening in the marketplace, in the what we call out-of-home marketplace for coffee. And the Irish coffee market, which is Insomnia have the largest share of that coffee market. They roast their coffee very dark at the moment and have done for a number of years. So it is particularly interesting to them to have a look at what creates a good roast profile, and specifically the influence and consequence of the dark roast. So that is why we are kind of here today.
Dark roast like in Italy. So
Yes.
it is a good way to understand, to discuss.
Yes, it's a very dark roast, so almost similar to Starbucks, but in Ireland it is very, very popular. But of course the style of drink is very different in Ireland. We drink a lot of milk-based drinks. So for instance, you would have quite a large amount of milk with your double espresso. So you need the strength and body to come through the milk to
Like
create
Irish
the flavour.
coffee.
Not quite Irish, but no whiskey.
David, your company is a very big company. What work in your company?
UCC in the UK, we're part of our parent company operate in Japan. They're a family-run business, and they are the largest coffee roasters in Japan. In the UK, we are what we call a complete solution business. So we do have 2 roasteries in the UK, but a lot of our business is also equipment-led. And a long time ago, 6 years ago, we used to be a family-run business, specifically working with bean-to-cup machines. Similar to McDonald's and Starbucks type machine. So in the UK now we have mainly 3 different markets. We have the large supermarket chains, and large supermarkets in the UK are very different to what you have in Europe. But we do a lot of private label coffee roasting for retail coffee in one side. And then we operate in what we call the out-of-home market, which is again specialty coffee, but working within the coffee chains and the coffee groups on the high street. But of course, there's been a lot of growth in the last 2 years, which has been led by the independent market. A lot of the Antipodeans, Australia, New Zealand people have come to the UK, and they have a very good, strong coffee culture in the specialty coffee market, and have opened up many successful independent coffee shops in the UK.
So England is the heart for some type of coffee, to understand many things about coffee.
Yes, I think...
It's again the capital of the empire.
Well, I wouldn't say it's that, but it has radically changed the market in the UK compared to what it was, say, 5 years ago. And in the last 2 years in particular, there has been a very, very strong focus on quality, on espresso production, and milk temperature, and ultimately looking at the recipe that delivers a really good experience. And I think consumers now on the high street are a lot more, what we say, savvy. They understand what good is, and they will now go out of their way to find a good cup of coffee. And, excuse me, historically, Starbucks and Costa would have the market share in the UK. And now consumers are quite happy to go a little bit off-piste and find a really good, small, independent coffee shop that will produce a really good experience for them. So we're seeing a lot of influence from the Antipodean market coming to the UK, and in the last 2 years, the independent specialty coffee shops are influencing everything that's going on in the marketplace. So we're very lucky. We operate in sort of 3 different markets with our retail private roasting, the out-of-home groups and the national chain business, and also in food service. And what I mean by food service is the contract catering. So we have a lot of big office buildings, and inside the office building you'll have a caterer that will provide the food and the lunch for the office workers. But also they are now putting in specialty coffee bars within these big office buildings. So everywhere now in the bigger cities, there is a huge amount of choice. The competition is extremely fierce, and everybody is trying to hold on to their market share or at least grow their market share. But that focus has been around quality. Years ago it was more around convenience. That is still relevant, but now quality is really the driver for decision making when you buy your coffee. And obviously the recipe is very relevant, and that's why there's been a lot of focus more recently on working with partners like Dalla Corte that have been able to help us focus on that recipe and deliver it consistently. And I think if you look at the biggest change in the UK market as it is now, this is where the focus is, and really everyone is striving to up the ante and really deliver very, very good, consistent coffee. So for instance, a few years ago, we wouldn't know what a multi-boiler system is. We would just have a plain boiler and a traditional machine with a heat exchange. We would hope the temperature would be about 92 degrees. We would put 14 grams of coffee in the portafilter, and we would hope that it would extract in about 25 seconds, and we would hope the crema would look okay. And that was it. That was a good coffee. But of course now there are so many more variables, and there's a real focus around getting that recipe really special. So I would say, yes, we're very busy at the moment. The market is growing enormously, and it's a pleasure to work with companies like Insomnia Coffee in Ireland, where they are now obviously focusing on their own recipe and developing that, and in particular investing in equipment like the Dalla Corte Evolution to make sure that that recipe is delivered consistently and their consumers keep coming back. Because of course Starbucks and Costa and Cafe Nero, all of the big coffee chains in the UK, are now looking to grow their market share, and they're also looking for opportunity, and they're also looking at the same things in terms of how they can improve their recipe. So it's forever evolving, and it's just raising the standards everywhere. So for a coffee roaster and an equipment distributor, we're in a good position when we have good partners like Dalla Corte.
Thank you, David.